we start from the giant kelp restoration project, and I want to speak to the kelp restoration management plan. Is that thing?
Yep. That's fine.
I missed it.
Yeah.
So my big initiative here is about kelp, right? And I've been petitioning for a long time to do this, and the MPA is the best places. But that decision to do kelp restoration in marine protected areas is deferred to the kelp restoration management plan, which is in this process since 2022, and it will come out with the implementation in 2027. And I think when you first asked for it in that initial letter, which I have forwarded with comments, it was supposed to be transparent throughout with multiple stakeholders. But now it's in this process where we don't know what it says. We don't know what people are thinking in this process. And when it comes out in 2027, I think if you don't engage the stakeholders all along through it, you're going to be surprised perhaps in the end of what people are going to support your initiative. So I'm a little concerned about it. I don't know how to get at it. I'm outside of it. I just like to see some transparency around that. I do ask. Yes.
Anyone else in the room? Anyone else online?
Keep root started up with the giant kelp restoration project. Just a little feedback on what's happening in Monterey. It is still really warm in the ocean. It's been like a month now. And the divers are finding very low visibility and very warm conditions in the high 50s and low 60s when we're diving. It's not a good condition for kelp at all. But what I really wanted to ask you is, we have this committee of the whole concept, right? And I need to know a little more about what the expectations are for when you come to the bioregions, if you're going to come to Monterey or to wherever you're going to come. How much, and the bottom line, how much convincing do you need? You know, like we've been at this for so long.
Convincing of what?
I mean, like, do we need to have people come and say how much they care about this project? We need to build a coalition. I mean, I'm doing lots of things I'm really busy doing a lot of stuff, and I want to know, should I take off and try and do more in preparation for your coming, for the whole commission coming? Should we get city people? Should we have a whole political campaign? Should we have?
One is the process, the timing of the process is under iteration, because we have to arrange, so a lot of arrangements to have meetings with other commission across the state. So stand by, be patient. That's being worked on as we speak. I think by the December meeting, we hope to have some clarity on that process for next year. So that's number one. On the question of your specific kelp project, there's a kelp recovery plan process going on now, and that's the place to speak to it. And we'll see where we go on that. That's my take on it.
Yeah, I mean, I think you're asking us.
Yeah, I'm asking you.
How much mobilization you should do for those meetings?
There's no answer to
but
that.
I guess I would say, we've been telling people for the 2 years since we've had these petitions, not to talk about the petitions, the substance, and now we're going to. So that's what I'll say.
Yeah, it's it.
Yeah. All right.
Well, we certainly can have opinions and thoughts on stuff. We're not the advocates here, so
That's up to you.
That's really,
Right.
I don't have a good answer for you on how much is enough, how much is too little. But also we're going to be looking at the big picture, and I'm just going to we have a great relationship. I really respect what you're doing. I don't have a lot of faith that we're going to be able to restore kelp through the processes you're talking about. I think it's going to be something different and bigger, and that given the coast of California and the fact that we can only do that in small little pockets, I have some real doubts about the potential for it to make any real difference.
Okay.
I'm just going to be candid.
Well, that's what I need to know is, like, what are your doubts? What are your questions? And how can I address those? How can I get you
Well, I think
to
I think we have, because we talked about that your project and that technique for quite a while.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen some evidence that it has some help in the immediate area. So I don't know that again, it's not my job to tell you, or our job to tell you how much or how far to push. But at this point, we have a lot of information already.
Right.
Yeah, I would say of the universe of MPA petitions and petitioners, you probably know the most about where the questions we have about your flavor of petitions, because you come to us with petitions all the time
Sure.
outside of this process,
Okay,
right?
that's
So those questions that we asked then and those concerns and
Yeah.
I would expect those.
Okay.
Is that
Thank you
helpful?
so much. Yeah, that's very helpful.
Okay,
I
good.
appreciate that.